How's it going, guys? Welcome back to this new series that I'm doing. Okay, this is going to be every week. All right, every week, maybe twice a week, we'll see. I'm going to do a sketch along. Okay, this is a real-time video where we're just going to sketch some cool character, right, or creature, or whatever the topic is. Today the topic is a sci-fi character, right, and I'm going with like an sci-fi assassin type character in a dynamic pose because I want to push myself, and I have a video I'm making right now about how to improve your character designs with posing. Okay, so keep an eye out for that. But today we're gonna just sketch along together. All right, you can either sketch along, with me at the same topic, maybe even the same character idea, or you can come up with your own. Okay, grab a drink, grab a snack, grab your sketchbook or tablet, and let's just chill out for a minute here and just sketch something cool. And yeah, let's get into it. We're gonna get into this now. And now my face is all lit up like crazy because my tablet is so bright. Good job I don't have a completely white canvas. Oh my god. All right, let's try and get this set up. So the idea is a sci-fi type character, right? Assassin type character in a dynamic pose. Now I have a figure that I gathered. Okay, so I gathered a figure reference. Okay, a female one. I'll flash it up on screen in the editing part of this. Let's move this camera this way a bit more. There you go, you can see me better. But yeah, okay, this is just a chill one. All right, this is for you guys to put on in the background to sketch along while you're drawing. If my speaking is not too annoying. But yeah, I gathered a few references. I gathered some references of some like body armor, how I'm gonna go do with that, some pistols, some like hooded clothing, and also some like respirator masks, like the dust masks. Pretty cool design in themselves, and I think that could be something cool along with like the hood, and like maybe like the hoods with the extra bit that's going along here. I kind of like that. So let's just make this a little bit more educational, okay, if you guys are still with me. So what I'm going to do is just quickly sketch out the actual figure herself, okay? And the reason I want to do that is I want, if I can do this, because speaking and drawing at the same time is not that easy, but I want to do that for educational purposes, okay? And I would like you guys to do it as well. Sketch out the figure that you're using, the pose that you're using, because you could just sketch your design idea, the actual costume and that, or the character's costume over the reference, okay? And sometimes when you're working professionally, if you're stuck for time, then you do that, right? But I would say always, whenever you have a chance to improve and educate yourself more on a topic, definitely do that, okay? I'm going to try not to zoom in and out too much so you guys don't get nauseous. But we're just going to start with the head, very rough, okay? It's more of a mannequin. We're going to go with more of a mannequin type. We're not going to go with like an actual full-on life drawing or anything like that. Now, one important thing is, when I was starting out as well, like I always used to do this, I even find myself doing it sometimes now, but trying to make the figure that you're sketching a one-to-one sketch. It doesn't need to be one-to-one, okay? You don't need to stress yourself out like that. You're trying to make it one-to-one or anything like that, okay? Because the truth is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be one-to-one. As long as it looks close to the pose that you're trying to get, it's fine. You're not a photocopier, right? And that's what's really important to understand. You're not AI, right? You're not a photocopier. You are a human being, and you're creating, all right? And you don't need to be a photocopier and create one-to-one copies of everything, unless you're doing like hyperrealism, and then maybe, you know, I'm not the right channel for that. But I'm not trying to go one for one. I'm trying to get the essence of the pose. Okay, I think that's a good word, the essence of the pose. Instead of trying to get a one-to-one copy of the pose, you know. And to be honest with you, doing this video is good for me as well. And I'll tell you why it's good for me. Because honestly, drawing and trying to think about drawing and designing and thinking about, you know, engaging with you guys, speaking, giving you some wisdom or whatever, it's actually not that easy. You see, like I stop drawing and I talk, and then I draw, and it's a weird one. But I'm just testing this kind of video style out. If you guys like it, don't like it, that's fine. If you do like it, then we will continue making these every week. And yeah, hopefully these do well, because these are quite fun, and they're good for me. It helps me improve with my speaking and drawing, which is a good skill, I think, to have, being able to have your brain doing two different things at once, even though they say you shouldn't. Here we are. Here we are, just drawing in her breasts. I struggle with breasts. I'm not even gonna joke about that one. I actually struggle to draw them. They're very interesting form, you know. Actually, let me help you guys out a bit by. Wow, 1 minute. Just realized that head's weird. She has got her head at a weird angle, but actually, you know what? The beauty of digital. But yeah, again, it's a rough one. You're just roughing this in. This is your underdrawing, right? I know that some people say you shouldn't do an underdrawing and you should try to freehand it. Look, it takes years, okay? Like, that's the thing. It takes years of practice to get to certain things. Just remember to have fun with art, okay? That's coming from someone who got in a situation where I was forgetting to have fun with art a lot. And I was just like grinding it out, you know. It became like this, just grinding it out, trying to improve. And was forgetting to have fun with art and create, you know. I was just focused on studying and improving technically, which is good, you know. It's a good thing. You need to remember to have fun with art, to enjoy it, right? Remember why you got into it. There's always a reason why you got into art, into drawing, you know. There's this breast comes out a lot more. There's always a reason. There's always a why, okay? And you need to remember that. You know, maybe some of you are watching this channel, you know, and you're hobbyists, and that's cool, right? Maybe some of you are aspiring professionals in the entertainment industry, or maybe you just want to be able to make art and a living from it, which is great. Just don't forget to have fun, okay? I made that mistake, and now I'm just kind of making this YouTube channel has actually been amazing, because it's kind of forcing me to have fun as well with art, and it kind of forces me to create more instead of just trying to improve technically all the time and improve my design skills, whatever. It's courses and all of that. It's forcing me to actually create more and enjoy it. So thank you for you guys for that, because, you know, this channel is forcing me to do that. Here we're getting into some. Now this is okay. Let me start again. I chose this pose because it's very dynamic. We're looking up at it. You know, she's not just posing for the camera. She's actually doing something. She's in an action, right? She's in an action. It's dynamic. And by the way, dynamic doesn't always mean an action pose. Dynamic can also mean a sitting pose, but they're still doing something in that sitting pose, right? Whether it's looking at their phone, whether it's, you know, playing cards, cleaning a weapon, something like that. But here's some foreshortening here coming on this leg, okay? Foreshortening is difficult even when I'm not talking. So let's see how this one goes. And I'm gonna put in contour lines and stuff, okay? Do this as well. Should do it with the breast actually. This will help you to not only get the perspective and stuff and the, you know, the angle, but it will help you to understand the forms better, okay? To throw in those contour lines. Now, I'm hoping my camera will not turn off during this session. Okay. Now, I'm actually doing this quite complicated, to be honest. You can go much simpler with this kind of mannequin, right? Like super simple. Like, as an example, this arm could literally have just been a cylinder, right? A tapered cylinder, but a cylinder. Okay. Could have just been a cylinder, and you can see it, but there's some kind of complex forms there. So if you're really new to art and to just drawing figures, things like that, simplify. Just make it super simple, guys. You don't need to do what I'm doing here. I'm probably, because I'm on camera, right? And subconscious, I'm like, oh, I need to make it look cool, you know, people are watching. But, you know, it's, to be honest, just simplify it. Make it as easy for you, you know, okay, make the process to get to the result that you want as simple as possible, especially at the beginning. Yeah, I messed that up. But yeah, anyway, I'm overcomplicating it. I'm overthinking it right now. I do that. I'm terrible for that, actually. Boop, boop. Yeah, if you're still here, thank you. If you want to skip ahead to the actual design work, you know, go ahead and do that. That's fine. If you want to see the actual designing, you can go ahead and skip ahead. Yeah, so this comes down. We're almost there now with this mannequin. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. This is just the underdrawing. Like this needs, to be honest. I'm looking at it now at the reference. This whole leg area here, to be honest, should be a bit bigger because it's more foreshortened. Not that big. Okay, and that's the thing about art, is it sometimes we will miss things. Doesn't matter your level, you always make mistakes and miss things, and you're never going to be perfect. Okay, I'm sorry to burst anyone's bubbles, but you know, perfection, it's not a thing, man. It doesn't exist. It's just a word that we use when something's really cool or whatever. But to be honest, perfection's a myth. It's kind of damaging as well. I can be a bit of a perfectionist. I'm working on it, but I've never been a super perfectionist. I know some people who are, and I know how detrimental it can be to the creative process and to everything like that, really. So, you know, just enjoy, guys, enjoy. Now, and then this leg is also kind of foreshortened. But yeah, you know, there's a box here actually, around here. We'll just put a line. Yeah, so we're going to finish this up. Skip ahead if you don't want to see this process. If you don't want to see me suffer like I am with this leg right now. But yeah, finish this up and then we'll get on to the designing. I just wanted to do this. I could have done this before starting the video, and maybe I will. Let me know in the comments, okay? If you want me to just jump straight into the design work, let me know in the comments, please, that you want that, so that I can just do this before the video and then just, you know, just get straight into the design itself, which is fine for me. I think designing is, to be honest, I feel like designing is easier when speaking than actually doing this damn figure drawing. Okay, and that leg's a little bit thick, but I think we can go with it. This is my perfectionism. Remember we were talking about perfectionism? Yeah. It's like a devil on my shoulder right now. Yeah, like I said, I just wanted to show you guys what kind of process I do sometimes, talk about it, and get that in. We just got this arm to throw in. Let me speed this up a little bit. We'll get into the, now I won't be doing like a super clean sort of finalized design, obviously, in this, because that takes hours. But by the end of this video, we will have a sketch for our character, and off camera, I will clean it up and show it at the end of the video. The cleanup process can take, you know, usually about 2 hours. I take my time when cleaning up and doing a nice line drawing. Maybe I'll add some flat colors as well, just to play with that. But yeah, this video, I don't know how long it's going to be yet, maybe 45 minutes, an hour. And that's already quite long for YouTube, I feel like, nowadays. Fortunately, I think a lot of people struggle with watching long videos that are in real time like this, which is sad, because I remember when I was a kid, I'd watch like 1 hour videos, no issue, no problem. And then TikToks and shorts came along, and now our brains struggle to focus for very long. I think we can all, you know, I think we all have that issue. I think shorts and TikToks, they've affected all of us in some way, shape or form, which is sad, because I love these kinds of long form videos, like just sketching along with somebody. I hope you guys enjoy this one as well. The thing is that my usual kind of videos, oh crap, my usual kind of videos, the problem is that they take a lot longer to produce, you know, like this one I'm doing about posing. You know, it's going to take me about a week or so, because I'm doing all of the, and because it's a portfolio piece as well, it takes longer, like those videos. So I wanted to, like, okay, how can I make videos much easier and quicker for you guys, you know, so I can get to know you guys more. You can get to know me about, you know, see how I'm doing these designs and such. And yeah, so I thought, okay, what are some real-time sketch along videos? And I thought that might be cool. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. This is the first one, but hopefully you guys do like it. I'm just speeding up this final piece here. I think I will just play around with the hand more in the actual design part, and we're gonna quickly block it in. Not really gonna pay much attention to. Oh God, that looks terrible though. Right, let's just block it in. Okay, terrible hand, but we'll go with it. We'll go with that one. No time for others. And then we'll go quickly block in this hand. We'll block in her pistol very quickly, just basic. And we're about done. So we can just lock that in. There we go. So the figure's basically done. We'll just throw that down there. So the figure's done, and we're going to jump in now to designing. So my process here is that I'm going to bring that down. The opacity, nope, didn't want to delete it. God damn it. Then I'm just going to look at my references. Again, you guys can sketch along with the same kind of idea or just make up your own idea, right? That's no problem. This is just for you guys to hopefully, you know, I know some people, they struggle with like motivation to actually start drawing, and they look for videos like this. And I've done it in the past when I was starting out. So hopefully this kind of videos can help you guys to just force you into drawing, you know. I know that for me, sometimes the hardest thing is starting. Once I start, that's what's great about making this video as well, because making this video, I chose this idea for the video and I hit record, started chatting, and now I have to do it, right? I have to, because I'm talking to you guys now. I can't just let you look at a blank canvas all day. So I need to start. And so yeah, hopefully this kind of video does help you to get started. Why is my mouse lagging? What's going on? Yeah. So let's now jump into sketching out. This sketching process, maybe like 15-20 minutes. I've already been thinking, of course, like I'm not jumping in this completely blind, because, you know, usually sometimes I will sit here and just stare at my references for like an hour and just kind of brainstorming inside my brain, and then I'll start brainstorming on the canvas. So what I done with this is I just, with an hour before recording this, I just sat and stared at the references. All right, so let's see here. We want a hoodie. We want some like light armor. We want some baggy clothing. Let's start with the head. Yeah, cool. Let's throw in like a. Let's throw in a hood. How do we want this hood? We want Assassin's Creed type hood, or we want just a hood? So her face, her eye is here. Okay. bring this down across her face. There we go. Okay. So, and then I was thinking, maybe from the inside. So her nose is going to be like here, right? Like there somewhere. And I was thinking that maybe she would actually have this kind of hood that comes up like this. So she has this hood continues down. Or actually, I really love these these dust masks that, you know, that people who are cleaning houses or like spraying cars, they're wearing these filtered masks. They're very, very cool respirator. And I'm thinking something like that, but sci-fi up. So the nose is about here. It's going to cover the nose. So usually they're in like a triangular. And you either have a circular one, but I'm thinking maybe we have like this rectangular kind of filters. The mask is going to come down like this. Maybe at the front we can have a circular element. Block in the eyes real quick. And thinking something like that, we'll block that in. And maybe she's got some hair that's flying out. Okay, the hood's gonna come down. Here's what I'm thinking, maybe some light chest armor. She's still an assassin, she's still potentially gonna be in some either hand-to-hand combat, being shot at. Obviously she's shooting now, so she's either doing a hit or being shot at as well. So thinking we're gonna have kind of this breastplate. It's gonna come down. So we can add some sort of breastplate like that, and what we can do is to make it a little bit more believable. We can actually have it also come around here. So it looks like it's attached somewhere potentially. And then she'll have some baggy clothing. It's actually going to be tight here because she's bending out. It's gonna straighten out a bit like this. And then let's add some sort of Sci-Fi cut line. And like so. Potentially we could even have it, because she's got breasts. Maybe the breastplate for women is more, comes out more to allow for room. We could potentially have it come out. I'm trying to think now. Like so. Now for the hood, we could actually have it coming along like that. Comes down. Let me look at my hood. Yeah. And here we can have it bunch up a bit, just to add a little bit of interest. How are we looking? Now I'm trying to think also of some design principles, okay? Big, medium, small, right? Now, remember, these are principles. I think it's very important to understand that these are principles, right? So what that means is it's not a rule, right? It's not a hard, fast rule that you have to follow, okay? So let's add like a baggy sleeve that comes down here. Now I just looked at my camera and I realized that the battery, we're gonna have to speed this one up. I'm gonna have to not record in 4K. So I'm gonna have a sleeve that's coming up here. Okay, have it bagging down a bit. Oops. And it's going to come up to here, and we're going to have this kind of gonna add some stuff. It's going to stretch here. Remember that the armor is putting some tension here, right? And plus she's coming up. Drapery is something that it takes a long time to be able to visualize what's going on, and sometimes you just have to wing it. Honestly, you kind of just wing it. You're like, okay, there's some tension there. Let's just throw some lines in. Yeah, you just kind of wing it. You got some tension coming out here anyway. We know that because the armor's pressing down on her shoulder, on her traps area. It's creating tension in the material. And then for the arm, I'm thinking we throw in some sort of like arm wrap. Maybe we'll have a sleeve. Oh, actually, what if we had a glove? That attached to some sort of gadget, right? We'll add some straps here. Bring this up more, and then we'll add a second strap. And on the inside, I think maybe it might conflict with the straps a bit, but we can lighten the line a bit more. And we add some arm wraps. I think it's kind of cool for an assassin. I like arm wraps. I like wrapping things in material. Probably change this in the cleanup. Like I'll still add arm wrapping, but I don't like the way I did this. Bit thick for my liking. Should be a bit more looser material, but Anyway, for a rough sketch it'll do, or will it? Because now it's annoying me. Some sort of gadget. Could we potentially have like a... Yeah, we'll just call it a gadget. Because I didn't have time to fully brainstorm this entire character. This would be kind of one of many explorations if I was doing a portfolio piece, and I would have spent hours researching and stuff. If you guys want to know about my concept art process, you want me to do a video on that, let me know. I can do that. And anyway, that will do for now in the cleanup, because I'll finish this video and I'll clean it up so that at the end of the video you can see the finished piece. I may not clean it up as crazy as I would for like client piece or like portfolio, but it will be good enough. Now I'm thinking ninja trousers. I'm thinking baggy ninja type trousers. I'm also feeling some armor on the shoulder. Don't know why, but I'm feeling it, so we're gonna go with it. Oof, that's really thick. Remember, we need to remember it's an assassin, so it's light armor. We don't want to thicken it too much, but it still needs to look like it can actually. It's not paper, right? Like it looks like paper here. We don't want it to look like paper. Add some sort of utility belt. Maybe add like a pouch. Maybe we can add a quick pouch here. Throw that in. Now we've got the knee. So like I said, I want to go with keeping on my camera. So I want to go with the actual trousers. We're going to go with really loose trousers. Now this perspective and this pose, this angle, it's very hard unless you have a specific reference of material kind of moving. You kind of just have to figure out, okay, there's tension on the knee, there's tension on the knees, and then there is compression here and here, and I would say even there's compression in the crotch area as well. So if you know your drapery and you know how compressed drapery works and how tensed or drapery under tension, if the tension is going this way, right, and it's going to be pulling from down here, it's gonna have lines coming kind of off of it like that, sort of. And then for compressed in this area, it's kind of just gonna have to, yeah, it's gonna bunch up. That's the word I was looking for. So it's gonna bunch up, and you're gonna get these kind of bunched up sort of material. Now it may be more or less that kind of thing, but you know, like here it could be smaller or bigger. Right, so let's play along with that. I don't know why my mouse is lagging. I'm trying to check the time here. Okay, Yeah, I think we can finish this in 20 minutes. Yeah. So let's add some compressed material up here. And then we're going to have the there's going to be flat here, fairly flat anyway, a little bit of wobble. And then it's going to be very flat in this area because go like this. And okay, so as I was saying, we're gonna, on the tent side here, it's not gonna have many like this kind of drapery. Oh God, my brain just died. So we're gonna have it kind of flat around here, and then we'll have it bunch up more. We'll have some kind of, I can't, folds. Oh my God, that word completely escaped me for a minute there. We'll have some kind of tense folds coming off of the knee. And then more, because it's baggy, we can actually make it, this compressed folds bigger. We just throw some stuff in here. Now we can add in some, we can add in some boots and have the drapery kind of fit into the boots, so we'll have it kind of come out more. We want it kind of, I'll clean that up. I'll clean it up in the other phase, but have some boots. Now, for an assassin type character, I think that she would be, we could add in, you know, those like those sock shoes, whatever they're called. And I feel like we could add those in. And then we're gonna have the rest. Like I said, sometimes with drapery, you have to wing it, okay? It's, how's that looking? Yeah, I'll clean it up. Clean it up a little bit. We'll have these boots come down. Yeah, I'm thinking we can add this kind of maybe we can add some detail. Yeah, so we're getting close now, and for those who are still with me this far into the video, thank you, by the way, because I don't know how many people are going to make it this far into the video. If you do, if you made it this far into the video, comment, what can you comment? Comment badass, that's it. Comment badass if you made it this far into the video. I would like to know. feel like here I feel like we could really bring this hood down a bit more. Make it a bit thicker. This armor here we can get a little bit more detail here by having a strap come down. It's going to create some tension, some compression here. So we're almost there with the rough sketch. Just one more leg. And we're about 46 minutes in, so I think this will be about an hour, maybe just over. But on this arm, we're just going to add in some wrap. And she will have a glove as well, like a fingerless glove. I really like that design. Fingerless gloves are cool. Just roughed it in. And at the end of this video, I will add the clean lined version. I'll spend the rest of today like cleaning it up, improving the design where I can. Let's just finish this rough up and some tension here. Let's add in, like she's on top of a building or something. Okay, now really the last bit is the weapon design. So I've got a couple references here. Think about the shapes that we could use. You know, how can we invent, create new or better shapes or something. Maybe that could be a ammo counter, maybe. Or maybe we actually need to bring this kind of straight down more. I'm thinking about having that kind of, I see it on some pistols sometimes. That's not working, but I still want it. It's not working yet, but I still want this kind of. We'll figure out the rest of the design in the cleanup. How we'll make that work more. Probably have to bring this hand forward a bit in the cleanup as well. And I think it's an interesting silhouette there to that pistol. It's a bit big. But sci-fi. But there we go. In the cleanup we can really play around with that silhouette. I think we're about there really with this rough sketch. Okay, if you're still here and you've watched it this far, thank you so much. You know, if you're not subscribed, yeah, please do. We're going to be doing weekly sketch alongs like this, where we're really going to play. We're going to play around with sci-fi. We're going to see what we can do with it. Okay, without judgment. Okay. We're just going to play around with shapes. We're going to play around with ideas every week. We're going to see what we can come up with and, you know, what's interesting, what's not, you know. And yeah, so that's about it really for this rough sketch. And I'm going to flash up the final drawing and kind of not rendered, but some color anyway. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below badass if you made it to the end, and subscribe if you're not. Like the video, share it with your friends, and I hope this was a chill one. I hope that you was able to sit down and just chill out. I hope you was able to sit down and just chill out and sketch and get something done, get some drawing done after work or school or something like that. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And here's the final. Bye bye.